And Rich Trapper tapping in, TNN Trap News Network. You feel me?
Rich Trapper.
The homie wanted you to whitelist this shit too.
Who?
Rich Trapper.
Rich Trapper?
He be reacting to your shit. Rich Trapper tapping in, TNN Trap News Network, and we back in action with another reaction video. Back in this thing, like cook, crack in this thing. Like, comment, subscribe, more to the content we got going on here. TNN Trap News Network, some news reviews. 6, come here, lay there. You better not be eating my, look, you do a lot of things. If you eat my shoe, I swear, I promise you, if you decide to eat any pair of my Jordans, you go into the Chinese food restaurant. I promise you. Try me. Eat some of my shoes. Go ahead. Put them fours in your mouth. You all right? You gonna be a sweet and sour special. Hit the subscribe button, become a part of the Trapper Mafia. I got over damn near 100 pair of tennis shoes. You will not be eating my sneakers. That's what we not doing. Yeah. Notification bell. Hit all say tapped in for the latest and the greatest. Hit the subscribe button, man. Rich Trapper, something on. That's my newest single, man. Get into that. You ain't got into that. That's my newest single. Something gonna get into that. You ain't got into that. Find me on all streaming platforms. Make sure you get into the live music review. Sunday, May the 19th, live music review. Tap in because 3 o'clock Pacific time, 6 o'clock Eastern time. We will be giving away $250. Drop a comment because the best comment between now and then will receive a $50 cash app. The top commenter between now and then get a $50 cash app, and the best song in the live music review will receive a $50 cash app. We give away this good chili out of here at TNN Trap News Network, but you gotta be in the live music review to get your chili. If you're not in that live, you're not getting your chili, big dog. And in that live, we will be talking about why we no longer talk about that product we don't talk about no more, but we do talk about Signature Honey Cigars. Shout out to T.I., shout out to Signature Honey Cigars. Get into those, you ain't got into those, man. They're available at a smoke shop or wherever tobacco products are sold near you. Sweet honey aromatic flavor, Signature Honey Cigars. Shout out to T.I., shout out to Sweet Signature Honey aromatic, blah, 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 honey aromatic cigars, non-intended for minors. Signature cigars. Get into those, man. A better version of what we got going on that we won't talk about what we got going on. Tasty live resin disposable cartridges are also available, man. Get into those at any dispensaria near you. Get into all of that. Let's get into that, man. We got Spotey Face talking about his situations growing up in the 40s, man. He's giving us a lot of content on it today, so we finna jump into the life and times of Spotey Face. Shout out to Cam Capone News. It's 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
It's not normal. That's start there. Like, you know what I'm saying? A kid getting sentenced to that much time back then, you know.
You're talking about a child being sentenced to life.
I'm 13, I was in the 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? So I really wasn't even in high school yet. So when somebody telling me you got to do almost 4 years in prison, yeah. So when somebody tell you, you know, just 4 years, just like that, you know, back then, 3 months was, you know what I'm saying? 30 days was a lot to me. You know, I had never been really away from home like that long, you know what I'm saying, away from my parents or my family. So I was like, dang, my life over. It felt like life back then, you know? So yeah, it was tough, but you know, gradually as you get used to being in jail, it come normal. So I got over the homesick, yeah, just start programming.
What was jail like for you?
It was hard. It was hard at first until I got used to it. Hard meaning, like, you know what I'm saying, like I said, being homesick or whatever the case is, not being able to go outside when I want to, being able to use the restroom, you know what I'm saying? And or the, you know, the violence, of course, the violence in jail, you know, just got to fight every day. You know, I was used to that, but shit, fighting every day, 2-3 times a day. Sometimes you getting pepper sprayed. You know, as a kid, that's a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? So being pepper sprayed or being locked up in a cell with nothing for 48 hours at a time, you know, it was different. It was definitely different.
What do you think was like the worst fight or worst situation you had in there?
In juvenile hall or YA?
Either or.
I say YA. I say YA, like the riots that I had. If you want to say just overall, I say in YA, the riots. And as a fight, me having to fight at like a 19-year-old at 14, that was pretty bad. But I say the riots. That was it was different.
And that's traumatic at 19 years old, having to fight a 14 years old, having to fight a 19-year-old. That could be a whole lot on your mental psyche, you know what I'm saying? And that's a lot for a child to endure. We forget a lot of times that in these streets, these young men are making adult decisions before they're old enough to understand the consequences of adult decision making, and they're dealing with adult consequences with childlike mindsets. So I'm not saying that anybody who does a crime shouldn't be to their time and all that kind of wooty bam and all that, this, that, and the other. But keep in mind that these are kids doing life sentences. These are kids getting grown man time. This is somebody whose brain hasn't fully developed, being put in a situation where you're gonna have to fully develop, big dog. That's traumatic, and that can take a huge toll on a person's psyche. 6, come here. Come here, little dog. Come here. 6, come here. If you get up again, you're going to go to your cage, bro. Words are hard. So look, right? So look, dog. Blink hard. So look, right? Sit down. Before I flocko out on you.
Like, actually being 13 in a full-blown riot, you never seen nothing like that before. Like, you know, yeah.
Going through this at this is a young age, you're growing up still.
Mm-hmm.
How does this change you? How does this affect you?
To be honest, it changed me for the worse, because, like, I wouldn't say I was an innocent kid before I started going to jail, but I definitely wasn't a savage, you know, that the system turned me into. Because then when I was up in there, it's like it's survivor, you know what I'm saying, or, you know what I'm saying, it's eat or be eaten, you know. So when either you gonna roll over, or you know.
You said what? Go lay down, daddy.
You're gonna handle your business. And I was one of the people that, you know, it made me who I am, like, you know what I'm saying, like a savage. It turned me into a savage. So I would say it definitely turned me for the worse, because I was like, all right, now I'm gonna be a smarter criminal, or now I'm preying on people, because I know how it was when, you know what I'm saying, was trying to prey on me, and I gotta fight every day, like, you know what I'm saying. So I was returning the favors in a lot of aspects, you know. So I would definitely say he didn't help me or rehabilitate me none. It just, I was a kid. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, so once I got to 17 and 18, I was big dog at that, you know what I'm saying, at that point. So it was, you know, it wasn't, I didn't get no good out of it.
To take it back a little bit, how old were you when you jumped off the porch?
I was 10.
10 years old.
10 years old, full-fledged already.
Jumped in and everything?
You understand? I like my cousin, like, we, you know, we born and raised in the hood. Like, I'm born and raised in the 40s. So at 10, that was normal. I'm more, like I said, 12, I was already in jail. Like, when most people was going to, you know what I'm saying, trying to go to school dances or, you know, lose their virginity, I was already in jail.
So you said it was your family. You know, like, what was going on that made you want to be full-fledged in the street at that young age?
Pretty much my family and what I seen outside my doors. Like, I had a good upbringing. Like, you know, my grandma raised me, my granny raised me, and she raised me well. It was just, you know, at that time, you know, I'm born in the 80s, raised in the 90s. So all my cousins was gaming, my whole family from the hood, from 40s and Main Street. So, you know, that's just what I wanted to be.
And that's how it is a lot of times growing up within the South Central streets, man. You from where your family from. You from where your people from. You from where you grow up at. A lot of times our mamas be from over here, our daddies be from over there, but we with our mamas, so we end up with our mama's side of the family and they from over there. But if you end up with your daddy's side of the family, you would have been from over there. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is, man. It's a family business, you know what I'm saying? Very rarely do people go outside of where their family is from, you know what I'm saying, typically speaking. But, you know, overall, it's just you dictated by geographics.
You know?
It's like like the streets kind of decide for you where you're gonna be from before you decide, for real.
What's some of like your early memories with your family and the streets? You know, like was it, you know, like what happened? You know, was there any like trauma situations that happened when you were that young?
Nah, it wasn't necessarily no trauma situation. I remember my auntie and my uncle got killed, but as far as like trauma that making me want to gangbang, nah, that's just what I seen. The gang members was the ones who all had all the money. The low riders back then, you know, the low riders, the girls, you know, they had the reputation. That's just something, you know, they was role models. I didn't have no doctors or no lawyers, you know what I'm saying, in my family to look at. I mean, I had my uncles, which they was, you know, Black Panthers, and they was hardworking men. But I didn't want to be that. I wanted the cars, the girls, and everything else that came with that.
Okay, so now you get out of juvenile hall. Now, have you been going to school in there?
Yeah, you go to school in there. They actually they force you. You have to when you in juvenile hall or any juvenile system school. They make you go to school. Like if you ain't got your GED or your high school diploma already, they make you go to school. So for sure you going to school.
Did you get your GED when you were in there?
Yeah, I actually got my GED and my high school diploma. I got my GED when I was NYA, and then I ended up getting my high school diploma once I got out. I just wanted to
Hey, shout out to bro for pursuing his education to get a high school diploma, man. That's a good look. Salute to Spotey Face for that. I can respect that.
or because like when you in YA, you can get your GED at 14, 15. You just got to get in the books. You know what I'm saying? And they let you go at your pace. So it's kind of like some like self-studies or homeschool. Like you just like, I don't care about that. Let me just do it. If you could pass, you would have your GED at 14, 15 years old. But by the time I got out, I was still 17. It's like, I ain't even experienced life. I want to go to high school. You know what I'm saying? So I just did it all over again, you know? So I just did the high school thing already. But I got out of YA with a GED though. I never was a dumb kid. I always was smart, like top of my class and everything. You know what I mean? It just was always active in sports, like hella good in sports and all that. It was just, you know, I wanted to do something different.
So you get out of YA and you go to high school. And what's that like for you?
It was like heaven, you know, popular, you know what I'm saying? Crenshaw High, you know, going there or whatnot. You know, it was a kid's dream, you know, all my, you know, all the kids, all your friends from the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? Or your juvenile, your junior high schools that you went to or whatever. I loved it. But even up there, it was like all the homies is up here now. You know what I'm saying? So all the kids that was 12, 13 years old, we was going to middle school. Now we in high school. We 16, we 17, we 18 years old. Now it's like, it's for real, for real. I mean, it was for real in junior high school, but like, nah, this for real. Like, you know what I mean? Like people getting killed over this. Like you seeing your homies getting killed, like in catching real cases, like, you know, so it was definitely different. And it was more exciting.
Crenshaw High is known for being a Crip school. So what happens if a blood shows up to Crenshaw High?
All right, man, we're finna get up out of here. They going to something else. We're finna get up out of here, man. More of the story on Spotey Face. We will keep y'all updated on what goes on with Mr. Spotey Face as this night continues, man. Make sure y'all check the next video because we're gonna keep this interview going. Shout out to Cam Capone News, man. Shout out to Spotey Face. Hit the subscribe button, become part of the Rich Trapper Mafia. Hit that notification bell at the top. You know, stay tapped in for the latest and the greatest. What we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network? Some news you can use, some knowledge. You can't get in nobody's college-ito. Get into that if you ain't got into that, man. Tasty Live Resin disposable cartridges are out now. Make sure you get into those. Signature honey cigars, get into those. You ain't got into those, man. Red dot slide to the left. We gotta get some good chili on the weed away here at TNN Trap News Network. You already know the deal, man. It's Free Avenue Angel until he's free. We gone.